the section is here. I'm going to say from around mid-January up to sometime mid or late March. I entered an especially distressing period. And so, my Lord, I was contending with certain people that I will describe in a later section. And during this time, by the way, the time frame is only approximate. I really can't remember for how long and at the very precise period it began. But I think it was mid early January to around late March, my Lord. So my Lord, I'm going to say here that certain people, they got my attention, and they eventually, my Lord, they somehow began to they began to get accountability from me, legitimate or otherwise. They made increasing demands from me, and I noticed, or they made me notice, that they, they had. They had all these capabilities, and so, my Lord, they threatened to kill me. They staked out that neighborhood where I live. If you know what stakeout means, it means like they will park a car or just stand there and watch where I'm living. There'll somebody there the whole time watching me. So yeah, they staked out that Bunga neighborhood. Yeah, they began to demand money, cash from me, and there was people that would follow me. They follow me closely. So, my Lord, during this time, I left my home. I fled from that neighborhood for a long time. I left that home, that small single bedroom where I was renting in Bunga, near the trading center. Then I stayed on the street for a while. I lived outside on the street. I didn't want to be in that secluded place too much. So I used to sleep on the street, and I didn't go back to the house too much, but that much. I went there only very little, my Lord. So I didn't do too much. I was just on the run. I was out there always on the run or hiding somewhere. So, my Lord, between this period between the January and the March, in the later part, the very late part of this episode, I tried to, my Lord, I tried to end it some way, somehow. So I tried a few methods. I tried a few ways I tried a few things, my Lord, to bring the whole thing to an end. And I tried to flee. I tried to flee the country. Then, my Lord, I tried to I tried to rob a bank. I tried to rob a bank. Yeah. What? What? Then, my Lord, I tried, my Lord, to kill my brother's family. Yeah, I did. I tried to kill my brother's family.
Makati g'omwezi ogwa January oba ogw'olubereberye okutuuka ku nkomerero y'omwezi ogwokusatu nali mu kiseera kya kwennyika birowoozo era nalina abantu be nali nsika nabo omuguwa nga mu kiseera ekyo sisobola ngeraageranya sijjukira bulungi oba gwali ku ntandika y'omwezi ogwa January okutuuka mu mwezi ogwokusatu waliwo abantu abatandika okubaako bye bankozesa era nga balina embalirira okuva gyendi era balina bye bansaba ebyenjawulo ng'era bingi nakizuula nti balina obusobozi bwonna bantiisatiisa okunzita baalinga bagumba awantu okumpi n'ewange ng'era obudde bwonna bantambulizaako amaaso gye nali mbeera ebbunga era batandika okukanda ssente enkalu era abantu banondoolanga mu kiseera kino nagezaako okudduka era nga nava we nali nsula mu kazigo era akazigo ako ke nali mpangisa ebbunga mu trading center nakaleka ne ntandika okubeera nga nsula bweru ku luguudo era saddangayo eri mu nju yange era naddangayo bbalirirwe era buli ssaawa nalinga nziruka n'okwekweka wakati w'omwezi gwa January n'ogwokusatu nagezaako ebintu ebyenjawulo era nga nagezaako okuba nga nkomekkereza ebintu bino nagezaako okudduka mu ggwanga nagezaako okunyagulula banka nagezaako n'okutta famire ya muganda wange.
Mr. Okello, once again, good morning.
Morning, my lord.
Okay. You said you are going to give an unsworn statement. I'm going to again put down your name. What's your name?
My name, my lord, is Christopher Okello Onyum.
Christopher Okello Onyum. How old are you, Mr. Okello?
I am 39 years old.
Okay, I'm going to read through the charges again, and I want you to listen carefully. This time you're not pleading to them, but I want to refresh your mind so that you know what you're going to defend yourself about. You're charged in 4 counts of murder, and the first count is murder contrary to section 171 and 172 of the Penal Code Act, Cap 128. The particulars of this offense are that you, Christopher Okello Onyum, on the 2nd day of April 2026, at Gaba Early Childhood Development Center, Gaba Trading Center, Gaba Parish, Makindye Division, Kampala District, with malice aforethought, you unlawfully caused the death of Teku Gideon. And like I told you the first day, this means that you with intention, you intentionally and unlawfully caused the death of this person who was called Teku Gideon. You've understood that count?
Yes, my lord.
Okay. The second count is also a murder count, a murder charge. It is contrary to section 171 and 172 of the Penal Code Act. And the particulars of it are that you, Christopher Okello Onyum, on the 2nd day of April 2026, at Gaba Early Childhood Development Center, Gaba Trading Zone, Gaba Parish, Makindye Division, Kampala District, with malice aforethought, you unlawfully caused the death of Keisha again Roth or Tim. This also means that with intention, you caused the death of this person called Keisha again Roth or Tim. You've understood that as well?
Yes, my lord.
Okay. The third count is also still a murder count, and it is contrary to section 171 and 172 of the Penal Code Act, Cap 128. The particulars of this offense are that you, Christopher Okello Onyum, on the 2nd day of April 2026 at Gaba Early Childhood Development Center, Gaba Trading Zone, Gaba Parish, Makindye Division, Kampala District, with malice aforethought, you unlawfully caused the death of Seryange Ignatius. This also means that you, with intention, you caused the death of Ignatius. This person was called Seryange Ignatius. Have you understood that?
Yes, my lord, I understood that one also.
Okay. And the last one is murder also, and it is contrary to section 171 and 172 of the Penal Code Act, Cap 128. Christopher Okello Onyum, those are particulars, that on the 2nd day of April 2026 at Gaba Early Childhood Development Center, Gaba Trading Zone, Gaba Parish, Makindye Division, Kampala District, with malice aforethought, you unlawfully caused the death of Odeke Ryan. Same thing that you, with intention, caused the death of this person. Have you understood that?
Yes, my lord, I understood that one.
Now I will hand you over to your lawyers to lead you in the preliminaries, and then afterwards you will tell your story uninterrupted.
Mr. Okello, can you tell this honorable court your full name?
Yes, my lord, my name's Christopher Okello Onyum.
How old are you?
I am 39 years old, my lord.
Okay. What work do you do?
I am a farmer, my lord.
Farmer, where do you do your farming work from?
In Noya district.
Okay. Where do you stay before you were arrested? Where were you staying?
My lord, right before I was arrested, I was living in Chanja.
Which village in Chanja?
I do not know, my lord, what village that one is.
Is that the only work you do?
Yes, my lord.
Okay. Are you a Uganda citizen?
No, my lord, I am not.
So what is your nation you belong to?
My lord, I am an American citizen.
Okay. Before you became an American citizen, did you have another citizenship, either by origin or by birth?
Yes, my lord, by birth, I was Uganda.
Uganda. Okay. Before this honorable court would have read for you 4 counts of murder. Now the court demands that you should give your account about those 4 counts. Can you please begin with the date you were arrested?
Evidence, that has been adduced against you. So you can now start.
Okay, let me get my notes. Can I organize?
Please, get your notes. Where are they?
In my pocket.
Please. Yes, Mr. Okello, we are waiting for you.
Yeah, yes, my lord. What do you mean by account? Do I first?
No, you had the evidence.
Yes.
Now, what do you say
My defense?
in your defense?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm going to say I believe I am not guilty on the 4 counts. Because I was not intentional, I didn't intentionally cause the death of the 4 children. And I have another explanation. I mean, I could explain in another way the reason that the children passed away. Even although...
Okay, you're going to go slow because I'm writing what you're saying. Make sure I write what you're saying. You could explain in another way.
I could explain how the children died, and yet I didn't do so very intentionally. So, I'm going to say, my lord, that I didn't do so intentionally, and the case could the charges shouldn't stand because okay, so I was going to say, the prosecution produced evidence, including a charge and caution statement and a plain statement, where it was said that I confessed to to killing the children deliberately, but my lord, I was going to say that I was made to make that statement by force, and I wasn't allowed to then. I wasn't allowed to raise questions about what they were doing or
Microphone rectified.
Nze Okello Christopher Onyo nga ndi myaka 39 era nga ndi mulimi nga nnimira mu district y'e Nyoya era nga sinnakwatibwa nali mbeera Kyanja. Siri Munnayuganda era nga ndi mutuuze wa America naye nga sinnafuuka America nali Munnayuganda okusinziira ku buzaale. Emisango gino eno ginsomeddwa saagizza naye saagikola mu bugenderevu naye kannyonnyole mu ngeri endala engeri abaana abo gye baafaamu naye nga saakikola mu bugenderevu. Oludda oluwaabi lwategeeza nti mu statement yange nakkiriza emisango egyo ginvunaanibwa naye nga nagikola nga nkakiddwa era nga sakkirizibwa kunnyonnyolebwa.
Yes, Mr. Okello, let's proceed.
Yes, my lord. So, my lord, my lord, the prosecution's prayer that I be convicted on the 4 counts of murder should not be honored because they did not make a strong case, my lord, the one that could withstand examination, my lord. they could have or should have done better to show that I was very or just intentional in killing the 4 children.
Could you please repeat that for me, for my record?
Yeah, my lord, they did not show, they did not make a strong case that I deliberately killed the 4 children, my lord. And it was imperative that they did, my lord. So, here I contend that they said somewhat to the effect that I did so deliberately, but my lord, the defense thinks that taking together all the evidence, that doesn't support the claim that I killed the 4 children deliberately, and it doesn't seem to me, my lord, that it could hold up. So here I'll go over.
Could you interpret that, please?
Wait, yes?
I want her to first interpret what you have said.
Oludda olwabi lwasaba nti nsingisibwe emisango egy'envunaanibwa emisango 4 egy'obutemu, era okusaba kwa bwoko nsaba kuleme kukkirizibwa kubanga tebaleese bujulizi bumalaako nnumika, era saakikola ekyokutta abaana abo tekyakolebwa mu bugenderevu, era ngamba nti bagamba nti nakikola mu bugenderevu naye njagala ndeete, naye tebaleeta byongera kukakasa nti nakikola mu bugenderevu.
Mr. Okello, you can proceed.
Yeah, my lord, our defense contends that
it's actually not our defense, it is your defense.
My
your
defense.
defense.
Yeah, that my defense.
Yes, so,
yeah.
And that's what I am waiting for.
Okay. So, my lord, many claims were raised that I was completely fine mentally, and yet, my lord, it is possible that there were other kinds of mental challenges that could have gone undetected, perhaps, and yet contributed or caused the death of the 4 children. So, my lord, defense contends that it may not be concluded yet that I was completely mentally fine to the extent that I could have prevented myself from killing the 4 children. Then another...
You can repeat that, please. Repeat that for me.
Yes?
Repeat. Would you please repeat that?
it's not here. Yes. So, my lord, where? Oh, God, TV not writing.
Yes, Mr. Okello, I'm still waiting. If you still have anything else you want to tell the court
Yeah, I have some.
in your defense.
Yeah, it's much. It's much. I'm still going on. So, my lord, prosecution, also.
I told you to repeat what you said because I needed to record it.
From what point, my lord?
Oludda olwabyo bayogera bingi nti nali ntegeera bulungi ng'ate waliyo ensonga endala eziraga nti saali mu mbeera yange etegeera obulungi ng'era kyekyaviirako okutta kw'abo abaana abana era mu kwewozaako kwange ŋŋamba nti nali siri mu mbeera ya kutegeera bulungi era ng'ekyo kyali tekinsobozesa kubanga nsobola okuba nga ndeka.
My lord, from what point would you like me to repeat the...
Okay,
Yes.
I wrote that many claims were that I was completely mentally okay, and it is possible that there were other kinds of mental challenges that may have gone undetected that could have contributed to the death of the children. That's what I was asking you to repeat for me.
Yeah, I think that was all. That has to be all for that part.
Okay.
Yeah, moving on.
Please.
Another part of the case, my lord, which deals with the intention, the reason for me killing is that I did it for the riches, and I sacrificed the children, my lord, for that, and I did intentionally.
Could I please get that? Could you please repeat that?
So, my lord, the prosecution's case said that I confessed to killing the 4 children in a ritual sacrifice deliberately for riches, right? And my lord, I have something to say to that. I made the confession in the charge and caution statement and the plain statement, and in other areas, my lord, but I was pressed hard to do so, my lord. I didn't have any choice to say anything else or what I wanted to say, my lord.
Oludda olwabi bagamba nti nakkiriza emisango gy'okutta abaana bano abana nga saddaaka okufuna obugagga era nakkiriza nga nteeka mu statement yange eyanjibwako ku poliisi ne mu statement gye baali bamaze okuntegeeza nti byonna byenjogera bisobola okukozesa ng'obujulizi naye bankaka kuba nali sirina kyakusalawo kubategeeza kiki enali nze njagala okubategeeza.
So, my lord, I was coerced to say something that was acceptable to them at the time. Okay, moving on. The prosecution also tendered other evidence to suggest that I was deliberate and four-minded in killing the children, like the file in the flash disk. It was a book about war from China. So that one, my lord, I put that file on the flash disk long ago, but not so long ago, just about the time I came to the country. And I don't think that evidence counts as something against me in the deaths of the 4 children, because I put it there at the time.
You're going to go slow because I'm writing what you're saying. You're saying there was a book?
Yeah, a book.
About war?
Yeah, about
and
war.
And you said you downloaded it long?
Yes, I downloaded it and put it
before you came to the country?
No, I was in the country at the time, my lord. Yes, and I put the flash disk there on the, I put the file on the flash disk in what I thought was the site of them. Really, it was just, I'll contend, my lord, that was done to appease them, to kind of find a way to keep the peace. I was trying to assure them that I'm not interested in fighting them. I would lose, and I would like to lose and just go. So moving on. My Lord, prosecution also presented to court other evidence, exhibits, or whatever we're going to call them, that seem to suggest that I did this deliberately and with forethought. But for example, my Lord, there was the beheading video searches. The videos about beheadings by ISIS. There was also the school searches for children, searches for schools that teach young children. Wait.
Oludda olwabi lwagenda mu maaso ne luleeta obujulizi nga balaga nti okutta abaana bano nakikola mu bugenderevu, era ne baleeta obujulizi nga flash disk okwali firimu y'entalo mu China. Eyo firimu nali nagiteekako ku flash disk eyo emabega, era nga ndi mu ggwanga lino. Ekitabo ekisoma olutalo mu China, naye nga nali ekitabo ekyo nakiteekako ku flash disk eyo emabega nga ndi mu lutalo, nga ndi mu ggwanga lino Uganda. Ekyo tekisonga ku ngeri kutebwa kw'abaana bano aboogerwako, era bategeeza nti nali saagala era nga siina kigendererwa mu kulwana ntalo, era nga nali wakuwangulwa. Era oludda olwabi lwaleeta obujulizi obulala era mu kikaawo Bange eky'ebizibiti nga bagezaako okulaga nti kino nakikola nga nakigenderera oba nakiteekateeka, okugeza nga vidiyo eza okutemako emiteezo ekyo ekitongole kya ISIS n'okunoonyereza ku masomero. N'okunoonyereza ku masomero g'abaana abato.
So, Okello, when you finish, you will let me know, because like I told you,
Yes.
when you give an sworn statement, nobody interrupts your conversation. So when you're done, you will let me know and we shall stop.
Yes, when I'm done, I will let you know. That very young. So moving on along. Yes, my Lord. The video, the school searches, and almost all the other evidence that suggests, my Lord, that I did this very deliberately, happened was created in the end. I mean, those events happened at a later time when I did in fact make the searches and did those actions, but there was there was factors that were forcing me. I didn't even do so willingly still then. And then it comes to the conclusion of defense, my lord, that I didn't do any of this actually intentionally. I mean, in the legal sense of the word. As I play to my so to summarize the intentional murder section, we're going to say defense doesn't believe.
You.
Yeah, I don't. Huh? I don't believe that I did this murder intentionally, as legally defined, and then that's one reason, my lord, why the charges, all the 4 counts, my lord, should not be honored, my lord. So, my lord, I will explain separately or in a different section how I came to think and act that way. I'll explain how or why I believe I was forced to act that way.
Please proceed and explain.
Now?
Writing. Yes.
Yes, shortly. No, it's not going to be very long. The whole defense is very short, but for organization's sake, I think, my lord, we should just keep the order here. Yes? Okay. So to support this, to support the argument that I didn't do this intentionally as described in this section, we're going to rely on the exhibits that have already been submitted by prosecution. Yeah, and the charge and caution statement, the plain police statement also. So moving on. Here I'm going to Yeah, in this section, I'm going to describe why I was forced to, how I believe I didn't very willingly make the police statements. Yeah, in this section, I believe I'm just going to describe. It's very short. How I believe that I didn't make the police statements and some of the other evidence that was.
Mr. Okello, that one you said it already, and I have it on record. That
yeah.
you were forced to.
Yeah, I must. I should describe.
I already have it on record. You can now give me something else.
Maybe not, my lord.
Is that all?
No, there's more, but I'd like us to be sure that we have this on record, my lord.
Yes, we do. You said that the prosecution tendered in a plain statement and a confession that you said that you killed, where you confessed that you killed the children for wealth or for riches.
Yes.
But you were forced to write that statement and you had no...
I believe that. I believe so. Yeah.
So that one, I have it on record.
But I should say here that these are the witnesses I'm going to rely on. And this is the evidence also that I'm going to rely on. That's what I wanted to complete here.
Your witnesses, yesterday we recorded them, and there was a prayer from your lawyers that we shouldn't disclose their identities, and so I don't want you to mention your witnesses.
Okay, my lord. Moving on. In the next section, my lord, I'm going to try to show how it seemed unlikely that I could have conceived even an idea like that. And though it doesn't directly support the arguments that I didn't do it, it can indirectly. We believe so, my lord, that this section could help to support the contention that the accused did not intentionally commit did not intentionally kill the 4 children, my lord. So moving on.
Is that all?
No, we're still moving on. So in this section, I'm going to say the defense contends that the accused.
Yourself, and what is your defense?
The accused.
You are the accused.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to contend that I am a person said to be of generally good moral character, and is also said to be affectionate and kind, and is also very busy, and he's said to be focused on his work, and is very, very hardworking. Some have said that he's fairly prosperous, maybe by Ugandan standards, and resourceful. And in light of this circumstantial evidence, it helps, or it lends credit to the argument, my lord, that I couldn't even have conceived the idea, and so maybe alternative explanations could be carefully considered. So moving on.
Let her first interpret.
Waliwo ebyali binsindikiriza okukola naye nga saabikola mu bugenderevu, era sirina kye nakola mu bugenderevu mu kuwumbawumba ku kigendera ky'okutta. Sikkiriza nti natta mu bugenderevu, y'ensonga lwaki njagala kkooti eno ereme kukkiriza misango gino. Era ngenda kunnyonnyola lwaki ndowooza nti nakakibwa oba nasindikirizibwa okukola ebyakolebwa, era nga okuwagira obujulizi bwange nti saakola byonna binakola mu bugenderevu, neesigama ku bizibiti ebyaleetebwa oludda oluwaabi. Era ngenda maaso okugamba nti satta baana bano mu bugenderevu abogerwako abana, era ngamba nti ndi muntu ayogerwako nti nina empisa ennungi, neeyisa bulungi, ndi wa kisa, nkola nnyo, era nga ndi wa mugaso nnyo.
Okay. For this circumstantial evidence section, I'm going to complete. I'm going to contend that I had a bright future to look forward to, and I had my parents to look after, and I had what was I thought a very successful business in the making. And so, in light of all of this, my lord, it would seem unlikely that that I could do something like this. And so, to support this section, I'm going to call it a prosperous life. I'm going to rely on evidence from from my dad, testimony from my dad. Testimony from my former landlord. And testimony from the people that leased me land in Noya. Also, also on a resume, my lord, in my resume. Okay, in this section, I'll call it clues. It's just also circumstantial evidence. I cannot prove directly, but it's just supporting evidence that could be useful for defense later. And here I can show, maybe it's just circumstantial, maybe it's stronger, but here I try to make an argument, my lord, that I went into some distress. So this is something difficult for me, not something I voluntarily participated in. And something was happening to me that I wasn't really in control of. And maybe, my lord, maybe, my lord, this section also lends credit to the fact that, to the argument, my lord, that I wasn't very deliberate in killing the children. And maybe, my lord, the other evidence could show with more certainty that I wasn't very deliberate in the deaths of the 4 children, my lord. So moving on. Okay.
Nti nayina ebire ebyo mu maaso ebitangaavu, nayina bazadde bange ab'okulabirira, nti nali mu business man ng'era njolekedde okuyitamu, ng'era n'obulamu bwange bw'omu maaso ndaba nga bulungi. Nina obujulizi obw'okwogerwako obulungi okuva eri taata wange abampangisa ettaka Enyoya, abantu abansemba mu CV yange, era nagenda mu maaso n'okwennyika mu birowoozo oba n'okuba nga ndimu ennyamivu era nga kino tekyali kirungi gye ndi era nga saakola kintu kyonna mu bugenderevu era nga nali sisobola kwebeera bikolwa byange. Saakigenderera okutta abaana bano abana.
So the section is here. I'm going to say from around mid-January up to sometime mid or late March. I entered an especially distressing period. And so, my Lord, I was contending with certain people that I will describe in a later section. And during this time, by the way, the time frame is only approximate. I really can't remember for how long and the very precise period it began. But I think it was early January to around late March, my Lord. So. So, my Lord, I'm going to say here that certain people, they got my attention and they eventually, you know, my Lord, they somehow began to they began to get accountability from me, legitimate or otherwise. They made increasing demands from me. And I noticed, or they made me notice, that they, you know, they had they had all these capabilities. And so, my lord, they threatened to kill me. They staked out that neighborhood where I live. If you know what stakeout means, it means like they will park a car or just stand there and watch where I'm living. There'll be somebody there the whole time watching me. So yeah, they staked out that Bunga neighborhood. Yeah, they began to demand money, cash from me. And there was people that would follow me. They follow me closely. So, my lord, during this time, I left my home. I fled from that neighborhood for a long time. I Yeah, I left that home, that small single bedroom where I was renting in Bunga, near the trading center. Then I stayed on the street for a while. I lived outside on the street. I didn't want to be in that in that secluded place too much. So I used to sleep on the street and I didn't go back to the house too much, but that much. I went there only very little, my lord. So I didn't do too much. I was just on the run. I was out there always on the run or hiding somewhere. So, my lord, between this period between the January and the March, in the later part, the very late part of this episode, I tried to I tried to I tried to, my lord, I tried to end it some way, somehow. So I tried a few methods. I tried a few ways to I tried a few things, my lord, to bring the whole thing to an end. And I tried to flee. I tried to flee the country. Then, my lord, I tried to, I tried to rob a bank. I tried to rob a bank. Yeah. What? What? Then, my lord, I tried, my lord, to kill my brother's family. Yeah, I did. I tried to kill my brother's family.
Makati g'omwezi ogwa January oba ogw'olubereberye okutuuka ku nkomerero y'omwezi ogwokusatu nali mu kiseera kya kwennyika birowoozo era nalina abantu be nali nsika nabo omuguwa nga mu kiseera ekyo sisobola ngeraageranya sijjukira bulungi oba gwali ku ntandika y'omwezi ogwa January okutuuka mu mwezi ogwokusatu waliwo abantu abatandika okubaako bye bankozesa era nga balina embalirira okuva gyendi era balina bye bansaba ebyenjawulo ng'era bingi nakizuula nti balina obusobozi bwonna bantiisatiisa okunzita balinga bagumba awantu okumpi n'ewange ng'era obudde bwonna bantambulizaako amaaso gye nali mbeera ebbunga era batandika okukanda sente enkalu era abantu banondolanga mu kiseera kino nagezaako okudduka era nga nava we nali nsula mu kazigo era akazigo ako ke nali mpangisa ebbunga mu trading center nakaleka netandika okubeera nga nsula bweru ku luguudo era saddangayo eri mu nju yange era naddangayo bbalirirwe era buli ssaawa nalinga nziruka n'okwekweka wakati w'omwezi gwa January n'ogwokusatu nagezaako ebintu ebyenjawulo era nga nagezaako okuba nga nkomekkereza ebintu bino nagezaako okudduka mu ggwanga nagezaako okunyagulula banka nagezaako n'okutta famire ya muganda wange.
Ms. Okello, are you still proceeding?
Yeah. Still reading. Okay. And yes, my lord, that is all for that distress section. For this section, I will rely on evidence from witness testimony. Yeah. Do I need to name witnesses or?
No, you don't name your witnesses. Your lawyers requested that we don't name them.
Okay, fine. We'll see how many witnesses come in. Okay.
Is that all?
No, not yet. Not all of this. This is not all. But we're almost done. Yes, we're almost done. So this is the last section. I call this section friends. I describe those people, the adversaries that I bumped into and contended with. So I don't know much about them, my lord. It wasn't very often I saw them. Most of them, but some certain types of these people I saw often, but not every type of person in here did I see often, my lord. So, my lord, I'm going to describe a few types of these people in here. It's just three types of them, actually. So I'm going to describe those and some of the interactions I had with them. So some of them seem to be very young men, maybe even teenagers, but not very young. Late teens. I would. The younger ones, they wore they wore very new clothes, and they would greet me by my first name, "Hey Chris," and just proceed walking. So an encounter with these ones, my lord, it was just they would come from the opposite direction, and we meet along the path, and then they proceed further down as I proceed ahead, and that's the end of the encounter, my lord. Okay, these last two, No. Let me just proceed to a second. I'm going to put that away. These ones, they drove new cars, very new cars. They were very clean all the time and very well polished. They were modern cars, very modern, very recently made cars. And the people that these people that in this category still, they were very well groomed. They dressed very smartly. And my lord, they had radios, walkie-talkies. My lord, they were very quiet, and they had a distinct expression on their face. They were always I don't know how I'm going to describe this, but I could say they were perfectly expressionless. Maybe that's how I mean to describe it. And then, my lord, the last of the category, they seemed like everyday people. I could only begin to think that they were part of the others by my interactions with them.
Could you please repeat the last category?
Yeah, the last category, this is the last of the three. My lord, in this category, I'm going to say that that they were not distinct like the others. They seemed like any other person on the street. There was nothing unusual about them.
Mr. Okello, is that all?
I'm about to finish. And I could only begin to think, my lord, that they were part of the others. Or I could only begin to, my lord, to think that they were all together, or part of the same team by my overall experience with them, collectively, my lord. So, my lord, I think this is also supporting evidence only, and if witness testimony allows, it could support the witness testimony of the main arguments, and the witness testimony supports the truth of this argument too, my lord. As the defense, I contend that these friends, as I put it, had something to do with my actions on the second, my lord. So, closing, my lord, I believe that the honorable court, shouldn't honor the prayer for the murder conviction on the 4 counts, because because the defense contends that because defense contends that there was, is it extenuating some circumstances that forced me to act the way I acted on the 2nd? And my lord, court shouldn't. What? Yeah, court should not honor the charges that were brought on me as filed because my lord, they didn't make and support a good, strong argument that I was deliberate. They didn't make an argument, my lord, that I was deliberate. And they didn't support. They didn't support the argument enough, my lord. And so, my lord, defense contends that our prayer should be granted that the charges as filed should be dropped, my lord. Should not be honored.
Mr. Okello, is that all?
Yes, my lord, that is all.
Thank you very much.
Abalabe be nasisinkana ngamba nti nalaba abantu ab'enjawulo ng'era abamu nabasisinkananga balirirwe, abamu nabasisinkananga nnyo, abamu era sabasinkanako, naye nga baali babika bisatu be nasisinkana, ng'abamu baali bavubuka nga bali mu emyaka egy'ekkumi ng'era baalinga bambala engoye empya ng'era baalinga bansinkana nga bwe bansinkana bambuuzaako nga bayogera erinnya lyange erisooka Chris, era nga olumala okumbuuza nga beeyongerayo baavanga gye mba ntunudde nga nabo gye bava nga bambuuzaako nga beeyongerayo makubo gaabwe. Ekika ekyokubiri eky'abantu be nasinkana baalinga bavuga emmotoka empya ng'era bambala engoye ennungi nga bavuga emmotoka ezo empya ebika ebipya ebyakafuluma, era abantu bano baalinga bambala bulungi nnyo ng'era batambula balina zi radio call ng'era baalinga basirifu nnyo n'engeri gye batunula nga yanjawulo. Ekika ekyokusatu ky'abantu be nasinkana bo baalabikanga abantu ba bulijjo ng'era tebalina kibaawula ku bantu ba bulijjo, era ngamba nti emikwano gino gye nasisinkana gyakola kinene ku bikolwa bye nakola nga bbiri. Nga nzigalawo nsaba kkooti eno ereme kunzingisa misango gino egy'obutemu, kuba ngamba nti waliwo bingi ebyetooloolera ku bikolwa byange bye nakolanga ennaku z'omwezi bbiri, era kkooti eno nsaba emisango gino egy'okutta eginvunaanibwa ginzigibweko, kubanga oludda oluwaabi terwaleeta bujulizi bumala nti nakikola nkigenderedde, era nsaba emisango gino ginzigibweko.
I want us to take a health break of 20 minutes. And when we come back, we shall listen to the evidence of Mr. Okello's witnesses.
Kkooti egenda kuwummulamu kumala eddakiika 2 bwe tukomawo tuwulire abajulizi ba Okello.
Coming back at midday.
Tukoma ku ssaawa 6:30.